And is mass in grams?
Yeah.
Multiple of 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. Is it 72?
Mm-hmm.
Is the next one 0.8?
Yeah.
Oh, this one I don't know what to do for the integers.
Integer means whole number. So whole numbers. So x is a number between 1 and 7.
Oh, okay.
What are its possible values?
Is it 4?
How did you get 4?
I just there's a difference between 3 between both of them.
How did you get 3?
Uh, I'm not sure. I just thought I just wrote down the numbers and I think 4 looks like it's in the middle of all of them. And
What
it's
are what
got different separation of 3.
what are the numbers?
2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
So that's the answer.
Oh, okay. I thought we
Um,
had to find just the one middle number.
what so you're thinking of the median. What's the difference between the two signs?
I'm not sure.
This one means less than or equal to,
Okay.
and so that means that 1 can be an answer.
Oh, okay.
7 can't be an answer because that's not or equal to. If it was or equal to, then you'd have 7 at the end as well. It's not, so you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, the integer values of x just means the possible values for x, whole numbers. Because if they didn't say that, then it could be 1.1, 1.2. So they said integer.
Okay.
Okay, this next one, I think you'd be okay for that.
Yeah, I've got a calculator with me.
I, th- I think you get it right.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this one?
The silver's the most popular.
Okay, so
Uh,
hang on a second. So this was 20 people were asked.
um, would half a car equal 1 and a full car equal 2? Hold on.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's
yeah.
right. So 1 car would represent 2 people. How many more people preferred silver than black?
2, 4, 8. Oh wait, sorry. Say the question again.
How many more people preferred silver than black?
Okay, so 5.
Yeah. Okay, this one.
The mode. Isn't the mode the most common?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 9.
Yeah.
Show clearly that is that. Do you just put them in order of from smallest to biggest?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be 5, 7, 9, 9, 10.
Yeah. And then how do you show that the median is 9?
Would you 5, 7, 9, 9, 10. Would you cross out each number from each side until you get to the middle?
Okay.
And that leaves you with 9.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. A map of France. Okay. What is the 3-figure bearing of Lyon from Bordeaux? So you would have to measure it, but I could just ask you which one it is.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So okay, so of Lyon from Bordeaux, that means from Bordeaux to Lyon. So
Okay.
from Bordeaux to Lyon, and you have to say what bearing brings you there. So the way bearings work is you point north, you turn clockwise, and you stop when you hit the line. So I point to north, And which of the angles is it referring to?
I'm not sure.
It's the one at Bordeaux, because you're going from Bordeaux to
Okay.
Lyon. So where those two lines cross over, you put the cross on your compass.
Oh, is it
On your protractor, sorry.
Is it 0.90?
So straight up would be the 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And so what angle is the red line?
It's near enough 0.05, I think, or 0. Oh no, sorry, just 0.5. Actually, no, sorry, 175.
Yes, and that's because this line, this angle underneath here, that would be 5 degrees, but the one up here is starting from. Let me just make sure. So I would have to turn this. So that should start at 0. So
Okay.
0 straight up. And so what angle does that make?
So
Straight up is 0.
Okay, so would it be the red line again, or?
And then you stop when you hit the line.
Okay. Is that 100 and what is that? 100.
So that would be if you were starting from 180. We're starting from 0.
Oh, 95.
It's halfway.
85. Sorry, 85.
85, yeah. And so that's one of the options. 85. So in general, for bearings, and I just did a little sketch of the angle. So move that. So point north. Turn clockwise. That's not working very well. Stop at the line and measure the angle. My thing is not working very well. Measure angle. And what was I going to say? Yeah, and then the other thing that comes up is which angle do you... So you draw a line between Bordeaux and Lyon.
Yeah.
And you can point up north at both of them, and you have to figure out, well, which one do they want? Do they want the angle at Bordeaux or the angle at Lyon? And if it's... They always write it backwards, so they always say of A from B or of B from A. And so you look at the second one, the from. So that means from Bordeaux to Lyon.
Okay.
From B to L. Yep. So it's starting from Bordeaux. So it's that angle there. Like if you start at Bordeaux, what angle are you going at? And it's the angle between the north line and the connecting line. So yeah, bearings are tricky. Work out the actual straight line distance from Paris to Marseille. Paris to Marseille. So how would you do that?
Would you use a ruler and help with the scale?
Yeah. So the scale was 1 centimeter is 80 kilometers. So this was Paris to Marseille. So put it 0 at Paris. Marseille. How far does that look?
I think it says 190.
So my one is in millimeters.
So it needs to go to centimeters. So that's 19. Is it 19 centimeters?
Yeah. So that's 19 centimeters. So how would you get how many kilometers that is?
Would you do 19 times 80?
Yeah, that's it. So the second one, B, is 19 times 80, and you get your answer.
Oh yeah, 1,520.
520 kilometers. And I'm sure my ruler isn't correct.
Yeah.
Because of this thing. Okay, how do we do this?
I'm not sure.
So I think it's money in and money out.
Okay.
So you would just add and subtract as you need to.
Which one is going in and which one is coming out for credit and debit?
So credit is, what do you think? Any clues?
Is credit going in?
Yes, because you can see there that matches up with the cash paid in.
Okay. So would you do to find out the 15th of October one? Would you add the price from the 14th?
Yep.
By 65.20.
Yeah.
And that is 241.70, I think.
So 5p plus 20p. That should be 25p.
That's 0.5. I put 50.
Ah. So what is it then?
It is 241.25.
Okay. And so on.
And then
hold on. Oh. Sorry, go on. Yeah, what's next?
Would you take away this one? So 241.25 by 83.
Yeah.
And that is 158.06.
Okay.
And then would you do the same with taking away from 164.76?
Yeah.
And that'll give you minus £6.70.
And last one.
And then you would add 46 onto that. And that is 39.30.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, so yeah, there's a little clue there. Credit is money coming in, debit money going out, and you can kind of see like if you get a refund, that's money coming in, and then obviously cash paid in.
Oh yeah.
Okay, question 11.
Okay. Would you do 900 divided by 5 and then times by 3?
Yep.
And that is 540.
Okay. How about these next ones?
Okay. Would the first one be 5W?
Yeah.
And then X would equal 9.
Yeah.
And then Y would equal 3.
And Y equals 3. Yeah. Let's change this. Okay. So the scatter diagram. Hold on. Okay. So how would you show those times on the scatter diagram?
Would you add them onto the graph?
Yeah.
So 275 on the bottom going up to 125.
Yeah, and then
which is just above.
How about the last one?
180 to 175.
Let's see. So the first one across the 275 up to 125. So 275, 125, and then this one. How would you find 180?
Because because it goes up in fives? Would it just be the line just after 175?
Yeah. And then up to 175, and that's already there. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you start from the? You wouldn't connect all of them, would you?
No. I think that would be like a frequency polygon.
Okay. So would you just draw a line from the corner, top left corner, and go through make sure it goes through the first point, and after. Sorry.
No.
Oh.
A line of best fit is as close to all the x's as you can get. It tries to minimize the distance, so it's like the best estimate of where it would go. So it starts from the first dot in terms of x.
Okay.
And goes to the last one. And you try to get, a rule of thumb would be as many above it as below it. So
Okay.
there, I have 4 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above it. So maybe it should be a bit, how about just there? And so, yeah, so you can see how it's like, it's used to estimate if you, oh, well, we'll see. So part C, she spent 200 minutes on the telephone. You use your line of best fit to estimate the time she spent typing that day.
Okay. Would it be 150?
So 200 minutes on the telephone. Oh, this thing won't let me. Okay. That's as best as I can get. And it looks like about approximately 150. And you try to do it exactly as possible.
Mm.
That's 150 minutes. Okay, yeah. So you can use your line of best fit to estimate where the x would be. Now it's kind of random, the x's, but they have an overall general pattern to them, general trend. And that's what you can do with the line of best fit. So if they were, you would guess that that's where the x would go.
Okay.
But it might be slightly wrong, you know, because they're not all perfectly in a line. It's just the best line of best fit. Okay, how about this?
For A, would you have to make sure it equals up to 360? Okay, so you would add the angles you've got so far, so that'd be 70, 120, and 40, and then you take that away from 360, and that the last angle x equals 130 degrees.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sure around there. How about this one?
I'm not sure here.
What type of angle is ABC? Any blanks you can fill in?
No, I can't think of any.
Anything you know about this angle?
Does it have to be 90 degrees?
No.
I'm not sure. Does it have to equal 180?
So the three added together equal 180.
Okay.
This one here is 25 degrees. And that's because opposite angles are equal.
Okay.
So this angle that's opposite A would be the same as A, for example. Okay. Anything you know about this angle here?
I'm not sure.
Anything you notice about it and the 115?
No, I'm not sure.
The two of them add up to make a straight line.
Oh, okay. And is a straight line 180?
Yeah.
So that'd be 65.
And how could you get the top angle?
The top angle. What B's?
Mm-hmm.
Would you add the two angles you've got already
Mm-hmm.
and take that away from 180?
Yeah.
That's 90.
So that's 90 degrees. And so what type of triangle do we have?
Is it an isosceles?
That's if it has two equal angles.
Oh, oh no, I'm not sure.
Oh, so you might think it's a scalene because it has no equal angles. If it has no equal angles, it's a scalene. But actually,
Okay.
if it has a 90-degree angle, that means it's a right angled triangle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right angle triangle. Any questions about that one?
No. So if it has 90 degrees in any of the angles, it's a right angle triangle.
Yeah. Even if it's the top, even if it's the bottom, the side. Opposite angles are always equal.
What if it's what if it's 90 degrees where if it was where 115 would be? Would that still make it a right angle triangle?
So it would have to be in the triangle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, opposite angles equal and angles on a straight line 180. There's no formula for this. Just fill in some blanks and slowly but surely get there. And if you're not sure what to do, just fill in any blank you can.
Okay.
And you'll kind of find like, oh, that's now opposite that other one, and there'll be bits like that. Okay, how about this?
Okay. So 1 mile is approximately I'm not sure.
How do you change from miles to feet? Oh, Janie, yeah, you're right. I don't know. 1 mile is approximately 1,600 meters. Oh, okay. I think. So you see how this 1 mile is this in feet?
Yeah.
1 foot is this in inches, and then 1 inch is this in centimeters. I think you would have to say then in meters. How many meters would that be?
How many meters for 1,600?
For the 2.54 centimeters.
So how many meters? Is it 25.4?
It's actually the other way. Let's get it in centimeters first. We'll go from there. So we have to show 1 mile, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is 1 mile equal to?
1,000. Equal to meters for the meters.
Anything.
Oh, it equals to 5,280 feet.
Okay, 5,280 feet is equal to what? What can we make that equal to?
Would that equal? Would that? Would you do? Hold on, let me just do that. 5,000. For inches? Would it be 440 inches?
So that's that times 12.
Oh, times by 12.
Yeah.
I thought you had to divide it.
So 1 foot is 12 inches. So it's that many feet.
Okay. 12 times 5,280. And that is 63,360.
360 inches. Okay. How do we now turn that into centimeters?
Would you divide it by 2.54?
Why?
I'm not sure.
So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters.
Okay.
How big would 10 inches be?
25.4.
How did you get it?
Because you times everything by 10.
Yeah, so you times it.
Okay. Jesus. Times 2. And that is 160,934.4.
Say it again, sorry.
160,934.4.
4 centimeters. How do you turn centimeters into meters?
Centimeters and meters. Would you divide by 100?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is 1,609.344.
So that divided by 100, and that is that goes 121609.344. Is that approximately equal to 1,600 meters?
Approximately, yeah.
That's approximately 1,600 meters. Okay. Wow. So it's basically you just have to go through the thing. You go miles to feet,
Okay.
and then the next line is feet to inches, and then the next line is inches to centimeters, and then we just have to know ourselves. You have to go from centimeters to meters. And so we have to do times, divide.
Okay.
Any questions there?
No.
So it's quite common for there to be two lines. This one had three. So, and actually the little bit at the end changing it to meters, that was tricky. Yeah, okay. How about this one?
What? 16.
Yeah.
So the next one be 20.
Yeah. The rule.
Add 3 every time.
Yeah. And the bottom one.
Is it every number you move on, you add 1 to the sequence? So the first from 7 to hold on. No, sorry, it's always adding 6.
Right. And so how do you get the nth term from that?
Would you take away the first number by 6?
And what would you get?
1.
And so what is the nth term?
Is it 1? Is it just n plus 6?
Other way around.
6 plus n.
6n plus 1.
Oh, okay.
So it is always in the form of dn plus c. It's like y equals mx plus c.
Okay.
Nth term, the short way of saying the nth term is un. Don't know if you've seen that.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll just call it nth then. Equals dn plus c. So straight lines, y equals mx plus c. Nth term, nth equals dn plus c. D is the common difference, so that's term 2 take away term 1, and c is term 1 take away d. It's the term 0, if you like.
Okay.
Just like with the y-intercept is when x is 0. It's when n is 0.
Okay.
Okay. What is this one?
Ooh. Hold on. 1. Would you each of them like divide by each other? Because it's so you do 1 divide by 2,000.
That's long. What does percent mean?
Sorry, say that again.
What does percent mean?
How much in 100?
Yep. So you could write that as a fraction over 100.
Okay.
What would that be as with no decimals in it?
5 over 100.
So if you what did you times the top by?
100.
And so do the same to the bottom.
100,000.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 zeros times 2 zeros. And simplify.
Is that 1 over? Is it 200?
So how many 5s in 10?
2.
How many zeros left over?
3.
So
2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of changing all 4 into a decimal, just change that 1 into a fraction.
Okay.
You would have gotten lucky actually that the very first one matched up, but you probably would have thought you got it wrong. You must be wrong or something, Yeah, that's fine. Next one of these functional questions. Okay, how is this?
Okay. Would you do Oh, I'm not sure.
Do you know how to get 28%?
20%. Would you times the divide it by the everything by 20? So would that be? But I'm not sure what you divide by 20 when it comes to price.
Is this calculator or none?
I think it is calculator because it was saying like use your calculator for a question.
Yeah, I think it is calculator. So calculator 200 Easter bunnies cost. Okay, let's just figure it out. So they make 200 Easter bunnies. It costs £2.46 to make each bunny.
Okay.
I don't know. What's the total cost?
What's two? Is it 200 times £2.46?
Yeah.
That is 492.
That's 492, and that's the total cost. So I don't know if we even need that. Well, let's just see. 28% of the bunnies are given to charity. Okay, so how many bunnies are given to charity?
So 28% of 492. So would that be 0.28 times
Well, you
490?
you could do that. Okay, go on. What do you get?
You get 137.76.
Okay. What might we do next?
3/4 of the rest are sold for the full price of £4. I'm not sure.
3/4 of the rest are sold. So this is why I didn't like this one. Because it didn't say 28% of the cost. It said 28% of the bunnies.
Okay.
So 28% of what?
492. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure. The bunnies. Is that just £2.46?
No. 28% of the bunnies were given to charity. How many bunnies were there originally?
200.
So 28% of 200.
Okay. 56.
So 56 bunnies given to charity. So 56 bunnies are given to charity. 3/4 of the rest are sold for full price. So what's the rest of the bunnies then?
134. Oh no, 44. Sorry.
So 144 bunnies remaining.
Would you divide that by 4?
Yeah.
And that 36.
So that's 1/4. They said. Oh, okay. So that's 1/4. So that's 36.
Would you do is that just 1/4? So would you times that? Did you do 3/4 of 36?
You could. Let's just see. So we got 1/4 of the. No, let's get the 3/4 like they asked. Yeah. So how would you get 3/4?
I'm not. Would you do and then times it by 3?
Yeah. So 36 times 3.
108.
So 108 are sold for the full price of £4. Okay, so how much money would they get for that?
Would you do 108 times 4?
So that's 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
432.
432.
So they don't make any profit.
Hold on. any leftover are then sold at half price. So how many were left over?
How many left over? 92.
Yeah. So what would you do there?
Would you do 92 divide by 2? Sorry, times by 2.
Yeah.
And that's 184.
4. Okay, how much profit does the company make? How would you work that out?
Would you add 432 and 184?
Yeah.
And that is 616.
Okay.
So they make take away 492. They make £124 profit.
100. How much was it?
124.
Pound profit. That's it. Well done. Okay, so that's a tricky one. If you're not sure about what it's asking for and all that, just actually work out the thing it's talking about.
Okay.
Because if they had just said, you know, they give 56 bunnies to charity, they sell 108, £4 each, they sell 92. No, if they're just giving you the numbers, like they sell some for a total of 432, they sell the rest for 184, they cost 492, you'd be able to put it all together. So you just change that thing, like find 28% of it, find 3/4 of it, you know, do all that stuff, and then just kind of take the numbers that you need and put them in.
Okay.
Because like we worked stuff out that we didn't need to, but nothing wrong with that, because it's not obvious, you know, what you should do. Okay. How about this one?
I'm not sure.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Oh, let me read this thing. The middle number in each ratio is 1/3 of the total. Is the middle number in each ratio 1/3 of the total?
A total of 60 degrees.
No. So what is the total for the first ratio?
6.
And so as fractions, that's like 1/6, 1/6, 2/6, 3/6. And so is the middle number 1/3?
Yeah.
So that's 1/3. How about the second set of numbers?
So and then the total is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be 4/15, 5/15, 6/15.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 1/3 again.
That's 1/3 again. And so one of the angles in each triangle is 60 degrees. How would you check that?
Would you do 1/3 of 60?
What do the three angles in a triangle add up to?
Sorry, say that again.
What do the three angles in a triangle add up to?
180.
And so what would you do?
1/3 over 80. 1/3 times 80.
180.
180, sorry. That's 60.
And so is he correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1/3 of the degrees in the first one are there. 1/3 of the degrees of the total degrees in the second one is there. 1/3 of 180 is 60, and so both of them have thing 160. Okay, a 5-mark question. Let's do it.
I'm not sure.
Small, say, she sells 190 cakes in that ratio. The profit for one medium cake. Wow. The profit for one large cake is that. So let's figure out how many cakes she sells. So how many small, how many medium, how many large?
Okay. So the total is 18 add 6. So it'd be 24 of the ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 7 over 24, 6 over 24, and 11 over 24.
Mm-hmm.
So the profit of one medium cake is twice the profit for one small cake.
Before that, how many small, how many medium, how many large?
Would you times them all by 192?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is 56. The second one is 48, and the last one is 88.
Okay. So that's how many. So then how do we do this?
The profit for one medium cake is twice the profit for one small cake. I'm not sure.
So the profit for a small cake, let's call that X.
Okay.
What would be the, in terms of X, what would be the profit for a large, for a medium?
Would it still be 48?
Just in terms of X.
X squared.
Let's think of this a different way. So profit for one small cake is X.
Yeah.
And that could be like 2 quid, 3 quid. She sold 56 of them. And so it's just going to be whatever that is times 56 for the small ones. And so we'll just write it as 56 times X, 56X.
Okay.
So basically, so if it was £1.50 profit on each small cake, you'd do 56 times £1.50 and you'd get the profit for the small cakes. You just multiply them. We're told the profit is double for medium cakes. So what is double 56X?
It's what is it? 56. 112x.
Hold on. But she sold a different amount. So this one would be this would be 48 times 2x.
Oh, okay.
So what would that be?
48 times 2. 96.
So that's 96x. And then how do we do the last one?
Would it be 88 times 3x?
Yes.
And that is 264x.
X, okay. And so her total profit is that. How do we get X?
Would you add all the prices together? So 56, 96, and 264.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you 416.
What do we do now?
So that's the profit of. Is that the total of all the cakes? Oh no, that's the. Would you take away it from 532.48?
So that's equal to 532.48. What's the opposite of times 416?
Divide.
Yeah, so it's not minus, it's divide.
Okay. And that equals 1.28.
Okay, roughly £1.28. Yeah, I think that's it. So she sells 56 small, 48 medium, and 88 large. We say just the price of the small one is X, so the small is 56 times X. The middle one is double that, so it's 48 times 2X, and the last one is triple that, so 88 times 3X. And then add them up and solve it. Any questions there?
No.
Okay, it's just a big 5-mark question. Okay, how about this next one?
Which has the greatest chance of picking 3? Would it be D?
You must show you're working.
Okay, so is it because there's only it's 2 out of 4, and because there's less numbers, meaning there'll be a better chance of getting the same number?
For 3, is it? Sorry, box D.
Yeah, 2 out of 2 fourths.
So that's
And then
2 out of
C
4.
would be, and then C would be 2 fifths. B would be 1/3. And A would be 1/6.
Sixth. And so 2 out of 4 is the biggest fraction, let's say probability. So D. Okay. And B.
Would it be A and no, it'd be B and D, wouldn't it?
So that's 1 out of 3. And D is 1 out of 4, isn't it?
Yeah. Would it actually no? Would it be A and B?
Yes. A and B. 2 out of 6 and 1 out of 3. That's a 1-mark question, so you don't have to show working.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. How do we do this?
Would you want to convert all the lines into liters?
You can't. Meters and liters are different.
Okay. Well, I'm lost.
What is this to the power 3 thing?
Times it by 3 times. Times it by 3. No, times it by itself 3 times.
And so basically that's volume.
Okay.
So I think you saw that at the very beginning. That's question 22. Up at the very beginning. What are the units of volume? And you said centimeters cubed.
Okay.
Find the volume of the tank.
Okay. So would you want to convert the meters into centimeters?
No.
No. No, I'm not sure.
Do you know how to find the volume of a cuboid?
No.
Area of a rectangle?
Would you times the bottom by the side?
Yeah. And so volume is just the area of the face times by the depth. and so it
Oh,
will be
so 3
length.
times 2.
Yeah.
6.
And then
Would you do 6? Oh, by 2 again.
yeah,
So 12.
that's it. So that's 12 meter times meter times meter, 12 meters cubed.
Okay.
Now you could change it into liters.
So it'd be 12,000 liters.
So 12,000 liters. The tank is to be filled with water at 1.25 liters per second. Time taken to fill the tank.
Would you do 12,000 divided by 1.25?
Yep.
I'm just writing the volume thing out. 12 meters.
And yeah, volume is just 3D area. That's all it is.
Okay.
So instead of base times height, it's base times height times length, or whatever words you want to use.
And that is 9,600.
So that's 9,600. What's the unit?
Liters.
No.
Oh, in hours and minutes. So
what is this in that we found?
that's in liters, isn't it?
No.
No. Oh.
They asked us to find the time.
So would it be
So the speed was liters per second. The volume was liters. So the time.
Is it liter? Is it is it liters per second?
So that was the speed. This is the time.
Is it I'm not sure.
So if the speed is given like miles per hour, the distance is miles, the time is hours. This was liters per second. The volume is liters, so the time is?
Oh, I'm really lost. Sorry, I'm really lost.
Seconds.
Oh, just seconds.
Yeah, so the volume is liters and the time is seconds. And so the speed is liters per second. The time is seconds. So what we found was in seconds, not hours, not minutes.
Yeah.
How do we now change that into hours and minutes?
Would you find? Oh, Christ. It's a big number for hours. So would you do 9,600 divided by 60? That's 1 hour. And that gives you a. That gives you 26.6.
26.6 what?
Recurring.
What unit is it?
That's hours, isn't it?
How many minutes? Sorry, how many seconds in a minute?
60.
And you divided by 60, so that's minutes.
Okay.
So how would you turn that into hours?
Would you times? Then would you just? No, you wouldn't times by 60, would you?
No.
I'm not sure.
Divide by 60 again.
Oh, okay.
And what is this one?
Hold on.
What did you get out?
0.4.
So that's... You went wrong somewhere.
I did 26.6 recurring divided by 60.
So 12,000 divided by 1.25 gives you 9,600, yeah. 9,600 divided by 60, you said it would be 26.6. It's actually 160.
Oh, I must have put it in wrong.
Yeah, just probably a slip. Maybe you left out a 0 or something.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so that's 160, and so now 160 minutes. So now turn that into hours and minutes.
So that would be is it 160 divided by 60?
Yeah.
So that'd be 2.6 recurring.
Hours. So that's 2.6 recurring hours. So what is that in hours and minutes?
So that'd be 2 hours, 160 minutes. Oh, so that'd be would you?
So it's 2 hours and 0.6 recurring minutes.
Okay.
How do you get how many minutes that is?
I'm not sure.
You could do 0.6 recurring times 60.
Sorry, say again.
You could do 0.6 recurring times 60.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
I think so. Wait, is it times by 60 or divide by 60?
So now we're working in reverse, so times.
Okay. 40.
Yes, 2 hours, 40 minutes. That's it. And 0.6 recurring is 2/3. So it's 2/3 of an hour. 20, 40, 60, so 40. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Length times width times height gets you the volume. Divide by the speed to get the time. And then divide 60 to get hours. And then 2 hours and convert the last little bit into minutes. Any questions with that?
No.
Okay, well done, Noah. So we got to question 22 out of 30. We got most of it done.
Okay.
How was that for you?
Oh yeah, it was good. Thank you very much.
Anything in particular you want to do next time?
I'm not sure really, because after this week my mocks are going to be over, so it wouldn't be revision. So maybe something new on the foundation paper.
Okay. Any questions for me in general?
No.